It's Milana, and I'm back with my Courage is Within You podcast, and I have a special guest today. Can you introduce yourself a little
Sure. Hi, y'all. I'm Kiersten Nelson.
bit? That's amazing. I heard so much about you. Do you mind just telling the viewers your story?
Sure. Yeah. So about 6 years ago this April, I was living independently and working a full-time job, and then started to not feel very well, and no doctor could really figure out the reason. And my left leg would begin to swell and not go back down. And I ended up going to the hospital where they amputated my left leg from an infection. And then 3 months later, actually lost my eyesight. So I'm blind and a left amputee.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. You're still like you have so much courage. Because a lot of people, most of the time, they would give up. They wouldn't still keep going. So how do you have the courage to keep going? Like sharing your story.
Yeah, that's very true. And, people that choose to do that, I don't think anybody would blame them, right? That's a lot to go through. I kind of have always been a really determined person, but I would say when that happened, the doctors gave me a 2 to 5% chance of survival. And God saved my life 2 times over. And I think because of that then life was a gift. And it was more of, instead of, woe is me, it was, hey God, what does life look like now? You saved my life for a reason. What is that reason? And what can life look like now?
Well, that's amazing that you don't think of the negative, you think of the positive, that you're still alive, because the 2% chance of surviving, but it turned into a 100% chance. It's absolutely incredible. So I heard that you were blind. So what were your first thoughts when you figured out that you were blind?
Yeah, so that part of the story, I was in a second coma from some later effects from the amputation trauma. And I did not know that I had lost my eyesight. So I woke up one morning and my dad was in the room with me, and I asked him if he would open up the blinds in the room. And he responded and he said, honey, they are open. And that was when it hit me that I had lost my eyesight, that my eyes were actually what was dark, not the room. And it kind of felt like 100 bricks falling on you at one time, just the gravity of that situation. And immediately I kind of went numb. I couldn't process it really. I didn't know, I don't even know what that means for me now. Those were kind of my first thoughts. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So I heard you have spoken in Ukraine. Can you talk a little bit about that, go in depth about your experience there and how you encouraged people that you were speaking out to?
Sure, yes. So I lost my left leg, my eyesight about 6 years ago. And then this past November, as a volunteer with Protez, which is Protez Foundation, they asked me if I would come speak at the amputee summit held in Kyiv, Ukraine. And through a lot of prayer, because they are currently at war, I said, yes, I will go. And I will say that was a trip I will never forget, that really changed me. I was pretty deep after going through the trauma that had happened, but at that point, just seeing the other side of the world and what they were going through was tough, but also super meaningful. And in the opportunity to go and share hope, and that life isn't over just because of some setbacks and trauma you experience, meant a lot to me. That turned and transformed what happened to me 6 years ago into something good.
That's absolutely amazing. I love when you tell people your story, because a lot of people they kind of give up when it's something doesn't go their way. And the fact that you're still standing, that you're trying to give motivation to people that need it right now, because this world, there's a lot of wars going on and everything. So I think you're just absolutely amazing, and you were sent from the heavens, and you're sent from God, and that you were here for a purpose. And I'm just so glad that I'm able to and interview you, it's like I'm starstruck instead of, I'm like, I don't know, just amazing.
Wow,
Is
thank
there
you.
anything else you would like to say? Like give a little courage to the audience?
Yes, I'm going to piggyback on what you said. Don't give up. There is purpose in your future, and God has good plans for you, and don't give up. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, I guess we're just going to wrap things up. Remember that courage is within you. Stay positive, stay confident. See ya.